morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm Rahel's Limor. It's been a few days since I've gone live. This is going to be part four of my Songcatcher songwriting music series. So you can find the parts 1 through 3, the introductory and the subsequent sessions on the IGTV and on my YouTube, Rahel. Well, it's morning for me still, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or later. And but yes, I might as well go. Hi, Alessandro! Yay! I hope everything's going well for you in Busan. So, RahelMusic.com is my site where you can find my music, and you can find also, yes, you can find also my link to my YouTube, which is Rahel Sings, Rahel Sings. Website is rahelmusic.com. And it's so good. I hope you're really loving Busan. I love Busan. If you come to South Korea, you must go to Busan. So I hope it's really, really awesome and not raining there. It's kind of humid today, but I have my guitar plugged into my little amp. It's a Vox. It's sitting over here. You can't see it. And because I want to get that kind of more chorus sound on it. A little bit more chorus, give it a little bit more effect. I use a Little Martin LX1E travel guitar while I'm here in Korea, and while I'm traveling I usually at home use a larger size, beautiful sounding Martin. Martins are wonderful. For 30 years I had a Yamaha FG1, what was it? 128, something like that. Anyway, it was great. I loved it. I didn't want to give it up, but I needed something with a bit more sound. So I ended up going to Martin. So I'm not representing Martin, although I would love to. If Martin Company is watching, I would love to represent you anytime. Just give me a call. The Little Martin is really, really great. It's a really great guitar. I recommend it if you're traveling. It gives you that acoustic sound that you're looking for. But if you want a greater sound, you can plug it into the amp. And you can always use it anywhere. So this is part four over there. I'm live on Facebook and live on Instagram, so if you see me looking in different places, then it's because I'm trying to address you all. And today's song is called Whisper by the Sea. And, you know, I try to avoid politics, but inevitably I get sucked into it. And this was one of those days again that I got sucked into it. Sadly, I need to really avoid it like the plague. But, you know, in today's world, we're heavily inundated with this political atmosphere. So this song I was thinking about all week to present as my song for number 4. And as I'm listening to the news and, you know, I think about this song. It's called Whisper by the Sea. I sing it in Hebrew. It came to me. I talk about Songcatching. Every session I explained that the term Songcatching came from a poem by an Native American Indian that I saw called Songcatcher, and I list it in the credits, so in the box, so you can always access it and see. I love to give credit where credit is due. His name is Arlie, and I never say his name right. Nehakas. Anyway, you'll see it in the credits, and please go and visit his site and see the poem. Songcatching is about understanding that the songs, the music, the poem, everything is already out there in the energy, in the environment. And as songwriters, we actually are vessels from which the songs and that are already out there come through, and our job is to give them out and share them once we catch them. So I really feel that many of my songs have been caught were given to me, were gifted to me through this kind of method, this manner, however you want to believe it or understand it. And this was certainly one of them, because when it came to me, it was 1981. I had been living in Israel from 1976. Although I went to study Hebrew, I was not yet fluent in it, far from it. And much like I am far from fluent in Korean here, although I am studying it, and wish me luck, I'm getting there, word by word. But this song came to me complete in Hebrew. So this really proves the theory of songcatching. I really did not know Hebrew very well at all. And it came to me complete. When it came to me, I gave it to a Hebrew speaker, an Israeli woman, wonderful, Ditsa, thank you, Disha Eshed. And she looked at it and I said, can you fix it? And she said, really, there's nothing to fix here. It's complete as it is. So this is how the song came to me. Songcatching. So I sing it in Hebrew, and it took me 20 years to translate it to English, because Hebrew is a very special magical language that is understood on so many levels. When you start to learn Hebrew, you will understand what I'm talking about. But anything can be a metaphor. Any language, you can tell a story that can be just straightforward story, understood in its simplest form, or you can really go deep in depth and analyze it and try and understand the secrets there that are behind it. What is the message? This is what Hebrew is like. And so when it came to me, this song came to me in Hebrew, I really just sang it in Hebrew. As I said, I didn't know Hebrew very much, and it took me 20 years to come with a proper translation. I'm going to leave it at that and sing the song first, because I like to sing the songs when we start. And then I will talk more about the song and how it came to be, how it was born, and how it affected me, and maybe how it will affect you. So here we go. This is the song. And now it's getting cold in here, so I'm going to... When I've got the air conditioner on, it affects, air conditioner, it affects your vocal cords. And I haven't sung today, so... Here we go. All my excuses. I'm going to sing it in Hebrew first. The name of it is called Lachash al Hayam. ציפורים נודדות על החוף, ואתה עומד וגלים, גלים של הים, ואתה בודד, אתה חושב מחשבות של היום, רוצה לברוח עם שלוותו של הים עד עולם. נושאת לחישה שאתה לא שומע כאן בים. של הים, ואתה, אתה הולך, והים, עם סודות עלומים לעולם. Called Lachash al Hayam, Whisper by the Sea. That's the song that I'm talking about today. Sometimes, way back when, I used to introduce this song, and today we have this sort of term called woke. People are trying to be woke. We used to call it awake. Are you awake? And awake, like Hebrew, is understood on many levels. So here's a story about the Buddha. Are you a god? They asked the Buddha. No, he replied. Are you an angel then? No. A saint? No. Then what are you? Replied the Buddha. I am awake. So, I'm not going to go into a political rant about anything or a political definition or anything like that. Take woke, awake as you will. But this song kind of talks about that concept of being awake. And I will tell another story before I get into trying to understand this story poem line by line. One day I was feeling kind of down, feeling kind of confused, whatever. And, my concepts, my belief is that the sea, the ocean, over there in Busan, the sea, the ocean, is a place where there are great mysteries, and maybe where God even dwells. I don't know. God is part of that. Many, religions, many concepts believe that the ocean, the sea, is quite mysterious, create gods around it. And also, it's a place of peace and tranquility, but it's also a place of storms and disaster. So it carries many things, and many times people think that there are treasures out there. Somewhere under the sea, there might be great treasures. So I went one day to seek refuge by the sea for a mood that I was in. I went hoping that it would change my mood. I would find some secret mystery that would enlighten me, take me out of my mood, create joy, whatever I believed that the sea would give me, at least some place of peace. And what happened that day is I parked my car and I started to walk along the shoreline, and I came to a cliff, and it was overlooking a beach area, and there were TV crews there and ambulances. I don't know, it was filled with some media or something, and I didn't understand what happened. So I asked, what are all these TV crews being? Why are they here? And the answer was that there were sharks in the water that had come too close to the swimming area where the beachgoers were. And they didn't understand what the sharks were doing there, but had become a dangerous situation. So there I was. I kind of thought it was kind of ironic that I had gone to seek refuge to find peace and serenity in my great savior, the sea, the ocean, the water. And what was to be found in the water that day were the sharks. So take that as you will. And that's my story about that day and about the sea. So this song is called, let's go into this song. This song is called Lachash al Hayam, which means whisper by the sea. Whisper by the sea. It sets a setting. It begins by setting the setting. ציפורים נודדות על החוף ואתה עומד. There are birds that are scattered around the seashore, the shoreline, and you are just there. You're standing there. וגלים, וגלים של הים, ואתה בודד. The waves of the sea. And you are solitary. You are alone. You are standing there alone. אתה חושב מחשבות של היום. You're thinking things of the day, of today. Well, sorry. It's I haven't become awake yet. You're thinking thoughts of today. Your mind is preoccupied. And אתה רוצה לברוח עם שלוותו של הים עד עולם. You want to run away with the peace and tranquility of the sea forever and ever, to eternity. So that's the first part of the song. ציפורים נודדות על החוף ואתה עומד, וגלים וגלים של הים ואתה בודד. אתה חושב מחשבות של היום, רוצה לברוח עם שלוותו של הים עד עולם. The English translation I finally came up with for that was migrant gulls speckle the shoreline and you are there. The waves, they come and they go and you are there. Thinking thoughts of the day you want to run away. Pretty close, I'd say. The next part says, ruach, נושאת לחישה שאתה לא שומע, כאן בים. In English, I said, the wind whispers a message that you don't hear. I said this, I believe, in a previous episode, that the word ruach means in Hebrew wind, and it also means spirit. One of the things that I originally said about this song, was, and this song appears, by the way, on my album Sound Waves, Tofa'ah, with the wonderful women's band called Tofa'ah, TOFA', and you'll see that also in the box, in the credits. Please go and listen to their music. I was part of the band for many years, and still, when I go back to Israel, thank you, I also joined the band, and I wrote many of the songs in the earlier days of the band, and this was one of them, and we recorded it, and really so beautiful, with the entire band, so you get a whole band sound. I later recorded it in 2004 or something like that, for my album, which it appears on this album called Tikkun, Tikkun, which comes with a little booklet. No, it's not on this album. Wait a minute, it's not on this album. It's on another album. I think it's called on Hinay Ma Tov. Hinay Ma Tov, a different album. I don't have a copy of that with me here. Actually, I don't think I even own a copy anymore. They got sold out. Is it on here? It's not even on this one. Okay, sorry. This is another album that I have. But the album that it's on, sorry, I am mistaken. It's on the album called Hinay Ma Tov, with a bunch of good friends playing. And so that is on 2 albums. The Sound of Joy is sung by Tofa'ah, and Hinay Ma Tov with a bunch of friends, wonderful musicians who you should really get to know in their own right. So I will put the links to that on my Bandcamp, rahelmusic.com. You can also go there and click there to downloads, and you'll find it there. So anyway, the original prelude to this was this in 1984. I said, God exists in many different forms and is found in many different places among us. Each of us has our own unique experience. If we find peace within ourselves, we can make peace throughout the world. Listen to the sounds. Peace. We need to find a peaceful place within. I'm still working on that. In order to make peace throughout the world. So the next part of this song says, עננים פרצופים של הים, ואתה הולך, והים עם סודות עלומים, לעולם כאן נשאר. The translation I came up with for that: clouds changing their faces and you depart, while the sea gathers her treasures as you turn away. Partsufim in Kabbalistic thought, well, I can't really explain it because I really don't understand the concept of partsufim. So if you're a Kabbalist and you want to add to this discussion, please let me know. Partsufim in Hebrew and in Kabbalistic thought, what is it actually about? But in the simplest form, if you look at clouds, they're always changing. They're always looking like something. They're visions, they're visuals, they're very, very dramatic. They are very, very artistic. So they always change their shape and give you new ideas. So Ananim, the clouds, changing their faces. And at this point you go, you depart. While the sea gathers her treasures. She takes her treasures back. She was there to give you, but you didn't partake. You just turned away and left. What did you get in the end from your visit to the sea, from your quest to seek refuge, from your quest to seek inspiration, from your quest to seek anything? Peace, tranquility, serenity, inspiration, motivation, refuge, whatever it may be that you go to the sea for, or just to play and enjoy the waves and the fun of being at the sea. So what is the message here in this song? For me, it was more spiritual in the fact that I missed out on the message. Or maybe I didn't, because as you turn away, it doesn't necessarily mean that you missed out. Maybe in the end you got something from your visit to the sea. And now you're turning away and leaving with that inspiration, with that motivation, with that message. So if you have any ideas of what this song is meaning to you, please share. I always love to share because, again, I'm a vessel the songs are gifted to me, they come through me, I try and share them with you. The reason for this whole songwriting series or Songcatching series is just to share my own musical experiences, and through the sharing of my experiences and these songs that I don't always understand, maybe we can all learn something or just enjoy each other's company. So this song, in English, Whisper by the Sea, a whisper, a small voice that you hear, a soft voice that you hear. What is it telling you? What is it saying to you? Are you listening to it? Are you awake? Not woke. Are you awake? Are you conscious? Are you conscientious? Are you thinking? Are you using your critical thinking skills? Or are you just following trends? Are you just following what you're being told, what the media gives you, what you're being thrown at? Are you actually awake? That is my question. And I question that every day. And I started out by saying I got sucked into the politics again. I don't like politics, but I get sucked in, and I am passionate about some things. And one of the things is really about being awake, not being woke, but being awake, using your common sense, using your critical thinking skills, hearing both sides and all sides, and listening to everyone and everything, listening and taking it all in. And then what will you do with it when you take it all in? Sometimes, yeah, I'm known for being opinionated and bursting out without thinking sometimes, spontaneous, being passionate. And most of the time, what moves me is when people are not thinking, when they are not using common sense, when they are not being critical thinking in a positive, constructive way, not in a negative way. So this song, Whisper by the Sea, again asks, are you awake? Are you awake? So I'm going to sing it now. In English. Because I'm feeling actually a little bit spaced out. I'm feeling not awake today. But I wanted to bring this song to you. So I'm going to sing it in English again. Migrant gulls speckle the shoreline, and you are there. The waves, they come and they go, and you are there. Thoughts of the day, you want to run away. The wind whispers a message that you don't hear. changing their faces, and you depart while the sea gathers her treasures as you turn away, as you turn away. As I was singing that song, many thoughts go in my head, so I get distracted. I was thinking about this bling, explaining some of my bling to you. Up here we have the Israeli flag. That's my loyalty and allegiance to Israel. Here we have the Korean flag, where I am living now, and being loyal and a good visitor here to Korea. I hope you're appreciating what I have to offer here in Korea, and I certainly appreciate what Korea is giving me back. Unbelievable. This I got as a gift from a wonderful artist. She makes personal stamps. Her name is Helen, and I will also try and give her a link to her website, how you can contact her. She gave me this wonderful pin. It says love on it. So I am striving more to bring love and joy into my life. And horses, this is from my childhood. I used to love horses. Horses, of course, symbolize lots of things: power, strength, courage, freedom, love, and understanding. And this I just got recently. I was standing on the subway, and of course people, trying to raise funds. And they said this is a good luck charm. So anyway, it's another Korean object that I have. I thought it was cute, so I got it on here on my guitar. Again, we have Israel and America, because I am an Israeli American, born in America, and born and raised in America. Spent 22 years in Israel, then back to America, and now in Korea. So I've got many cultural experiences, many life experiences from a few different cultures, very different from each other. American Western culture, Middle Eastern culture, and now Asian Eastern culture. Very, very different. I highly advise travel and experiencing. Open your mind that way. That's how you become awake, not woke. You become awake. And this one, it says make a difference. Make a difference. So each and every one of us is special. Each and every one of us has something important. The reason why we're here on this earth in this lifetime, we all have something. We're all pieces of the puzzle. We're all little sparks that come together to create a whole, a community, without whom and without which would not function. Every bit of it is important. So those are the kinds of things that I think about when I'm singing this song about being awake. Who are you? Are you an awakened person? And what are we contributing to our world now? So some of the thoughts that go through my head when I'm playing that song, I shouldn't be thinking so much when I'm playing a song, but this is my favorite chord of all, an E minor 7/9 for those who are guitarists. I use a thumb pick. I do finger style. If you're a guitarist, when I used to teach. And if anybody wants lessons, please contact me. I'll be happy to teach you. And one of the things was to kind of experiment around on the fretboard with different chords, move them. If they don't sound right, who's to say that's right or wrong? Put that chord in many different places. That's just a little tidbit. So, I don't know, I'm kind of spaced out today. I am not in the right frame of mind for this song, actually, but here we go. Or maybe it is the right frame of mind. Am I awake? So, that is part four of my songwriting, Songcatcher music series. I apologize if I was a little bit out of it today, but I hope you, in spite of my particular kind of state of mind, I think I haven't quite recovered. Fortunately I had work this week, but it was it was like an 18-hour day or more, and that was 2 days ago, and I don't think I've quite recovered from it. Some work really is quite challenging in time-wise and how you do it. So I started out waking up at 6 in the morning, which in itself can put me in, out of it. The day started at 7 when we caught the bus. We had to drive an hour to the location and wait around. By the time we finished the shoot, it was 1 a.m. And then we had to come back and I had to get home. By the time I got home, it was 3 a.m. So think about that, 6 a.m. until 3 a.m. That's nearly a 24-hour day. So it's no wonder it's taken me 2 days to try and recover, to get my brain back. To get into some kind of a lifestyle. So, okay, I'm not going to continue. I will take you out with the chord progressions. Something I like to play with. Kind of like the A or the A minor with just 2 fingers. The E minor ninth, the C ninth, B ninth, and back to the E minor ninth. That's the chords for this song. You will put it in the box, not the chords, but the lyrics. I hate to say goodbye, but it's time to say goodbye. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day, or as someone I once worked for used to say, make a great day, make a wonderful day for yourselves today or night, whatever it happens to be. And thank you for joining me today again for my Songcatcher series. Again, you can find me on rahelmusic.com, rahelmusic.com. There are wonderful CDs like this one, or albums, Tikkun, which I will talk about at a later time. Time passes by. The 2 albums that this song is found on, Tofa'ah, The Sound of Joyous Song, and Hinay Ma Tov, I believe it's there. So I have to double check. I'm terrible at promoting myself. Again, YouTube, excuse me, Rahel Sings, Rahel Sings, and many other sites. So please go there, enjoy the music. Download if you can. And otherwise, it was really nice to be with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye, Facebook.